the Funds Development and Communications Manager for the National Association of SOS Children's Villages in the Gambia, and I'll be your moderator for this ceremony today. First of all, I want to give the welcoming remarks. I want to welcome His Excellency, the President of the Republic of the Gambia, Mr. Adama Barrow. This is indeed a very, very proud moment for us SOS Children's Villages in the Gambia. This is the first time we are having a president to grace our occasion. We are highly honored and privileged. The National Director, SOS Children's Villages in the Gambia, Mr. Jean-Pierre Kwame, Honorable Ministers present, representative of the National Assembly Select Committee on Gender and Children, heads of government institutions, businesses and private sector, the diplomatic and consular community, members of the UN system, representatives of the civil society organizations, heads of private institutions and organizations, SOS Children's Villages, partners and friends, our SOS mothers and participants, the electronic print media, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to this ceremony. It is indeed a great pleasure to welcome all of you who have traveled the length and breadth of this country to witness this ceremony. We have participants as far as Basse, Soma, who are here today to witness this great ceremony. We feel immense joy to have the President of the Republic of the Gambia for the first time in the organization's history. This will be written down in our records, in our annual reports, in our newsletters, and our global platforms. It shows the commitment, the love that the President has for the children and the young people of this country. For us, SOS Children's Villages, we will be satisfied with 3 outputs today. We want every invitee that is here today, that is going to walk out through these 2 doors, to go with 3 things. Knowing what we've been doing for the past 40 plus years in this country. 2, we want you to be inspired by the strategy direction of this organization and the results we want to reach by 2027. When we do our presentation of our national strategy for 2023 to 2027, we want all of you to be inspired and be ready to work with us through the journey. Finally, we want you to be able to confidently see in what area you can partner with SOS. The time to say, how am I going to do it, is over. Rather, it's now when and what will I do with SOS, because we'll show you how we're going to work with us to reach the goals that we want in 2027. Thank you. So this will take me straightly to the presentation of our program structure. It's very important to know who you are dealing with, who you are working with. And for this reason, I'll take you through what we are doing in SOS Children's Villages in the Gambia. Next. For SOS Children's Villages, we are part of a global federation of 136 countries and territories worldwide. It's an organization that started out of need. After the Second World War, a German philanthropist realized the impact and the devastation that the war has wreaked on the lives of women and children. It was an era when men would go to war and not come back. The women would be left widowed and the children would be left orphaned. So he thought of a system or way of bringing these widowed women to provide love and care to these orphan children. Fast forward to 2023, we still don't have men going to war, but there is still a need in place. We still have children who are abandoned, who are neglected, and who still need the love and care to grow up in loving homes. This is why we're still here. In the Gambia, in 1982, the village in Bakote was completed, and we welcomed the first 100 children from the communities into our village. We've been working with partners, the government, throughout these years to provide the support for these children and young people. Next. So currently, for SOS Children's Villages, we have 2 program locations, one in Bakote and another one in Basse. In all of these 2 program locations, we have more of our service units in Bakote than in Basse. In Bakote, we have the family-like care. We also have the family strengthening program, our education and health facilities, together with our vocational training centers. In Basse, we have the family-like care, the family strengthening, and our educational facilities. And in addition to Bakote, we also have the clinic that supports a lot of women for postnatal and prenatal services. I'll just give you a rough estimate of the statistics that we've been able to reach from 2021 to 2022. In all our program units, in all the service units from Bakote to Basse, we've been able to reach 43,900 people in all service units. For the family-like care, where we have the children who have totally lost parental care are placed, we have 2 of these villages, in Bakote and Basse, and a total of 216 children in these care facilities. In our youth facilities, we have 119 young people. Next. For our other programs, particularly with health, I did mention that we have the Mother and Child Clinic in Bakote that is very instrumental and important in the communities surrounding the village. Every year, annually, the clinic supports about 45,000 children and young people and adults with their services. Most of the time, it's women for prenatal and postnatal care and children under 5 for immunization. For our schools, from the kindergarten, the lower and upper basic school to the high school, we're able to reach 3,163 children and young people. And for our youth and employability projects that have spanned over the country, from Bakote to Basse, we're able to reach 1,650 young people that we support to build their capacities in terms of entrepreneurship and skills development. And obviously, with all of this work, we have a lot of staff to support to be able to render these services. We have 240 full-time employees, different from part-time employees for the organization. Thank you. I hope with this, you were able to at least get a glimpse of what we've been doing, what work we're doing in this country, in terms of childcare, in terms of women empowerment, in terms of youth empowerment, and in terms of education and health. I want us to watch a 1-minute video of the reason or our raison d'être, our reason for being. Please take time to watch this video.
I need someone who sees me, who stands by me, and no matter who I am or where I'm from, I need someone who sees me, who stands by me, and believes in me, no matter what. But today, one in 10 children is separated from their family, abandoned, neglected, or abused.
It happens every day.
In every country, city, and neighborhood. You just don't always see it.
But together, we can break this harmful cycle and prevent it from happening in the first place.
When one of us loses our voice,
You can help us find it again.
when we lose our trust in others,
You can show us that we belong.
and when one of us loses confidence,
Together, we can build up this courage.
and the skills you need for the future.
Because when I have someone who stands by me,
Believes in me.
supports, I can grow into my strongest self. We take on the world.
We support children and young people. We show them that they can trust again, that they can believe again, and we support them to grow up to be their strongest selves. This is what we do in SOS. Thank you. I would like to call on an SOS participant who has been in the SOS program since 1982 and has now successfully transformed his life. We want to call him Omar Sahna to come on stage and give us a testimonial. Thank you.
Mamay Omar Sohna. Since 1982, 3 years la nekk si SOS mu ñoo ubbi Children's Village. That time maa ngi 3 years foofu la nekk xawma kenn ku dul SOS family dégg naa lu ñoo wax about SOS te loolu mooy reality. SOS ku mun a dimbale xale yi dimbale comme ni nuñ ma dimbale ba tey ma taxaw loolu laa bëgga ñu continuer te si mission boobu laa nekk man suma boppa although man kenn maa si nekk di taxawal suma boppa wante kontaan naa si loolu ba pare ma ñëw gis suma kilifa yi suñ président bi mu ngi mel ni ki lii dama ko musoon a dream suma doom yi dañ ma dee wax maa ngi am 5 kids laa am adopt another 5 muy 10 tey bu maa solu man bu maa ñëw ma bëgg a génne ko sol ma ne di ma sol suma soxna welding and aluminium training local workshop bi because maa ngi train about 20 boys la am suma local workshop bi ak Kanifing Estate la suma workshop bi nekka am na I think 7 of us maa ngi dëkka gannaaw Bruce bi ala tentu maa leen dee yóbbu every day àndaa ñoom ñu liggéey because dama gis lu ma SOS defalal ma xam ne dama war a taxaw pour man tam ma seet nu ma joxe back to the society pare di leen naa ñaan di ñaax président di leen naa ñaax local workshop yi is very important ñu mun a dimbale gaa yi itam because definitely xëy na am na yoo xam ne seen parents yi mënuñ te dem si institute si pour dem fayal gaa yi ñu jànga wante tey gis naa man suma boppa yu ma change seen life tey am na yoo xam ne ñu ngi America Angleterre Germany man doon jos ngénte on Saturday xale yooyu ñoo ma yónnee lu nekk pour suma ngénte su ma waxee rek ñu ne ma déedéet yow mënuñ laa fay dala si sa dugalu ma ko suma ngénte bi loolu rek daf ma woon ne pour dimbale soo dimbalee ni change life am keneen ak keneen ku moo dimbale kenn xamul ko jërëjëf maa leen naa nuyu bàyyi ma emal ba pare SOS ñu try ñu dimbale youth si ñu dimbale xale yi pour programme buñ bugg a ubbi nii ñu jàppale leen ku si mun a jàppale xale SOS ñu du only xale SOS any youth in the Gambia because nobody is not a loser am na yoo xam ne man gis naa leen yu ma dëkkal dañ fo ne dañ bon wante dama leen dool di adopt may dem ak ñoom di jóg ak ñoom di dem and now ñu ngi nekkat ñu ngi change ñu maa wane nit yu baax leen te gis naa ko si ñoom maa ngi ñaax président bi ñaax yu fi nekk yëpp ñu jàppale Gambian si youth si jërëjëf.
The SOS family like care in 1982 when he was 3 years old, and he's been supported and through vocational training, through capacity building, a lot for him to reach where he is right now. And currently, he has a workshop in Canifin where he's training other young people, 20 of them currently under him, and he's training them. Some of these young people he has adopted to be part of his family. He has a family of 5, but he has adopted 5 other children who are with him and living with him, and he's supporting them. So that's the spirit. That's the spirit, definitely. For SOS, it's like giving back. That's what he said, that what he's been given in SOS, what he's been supported to do, he wants to do the same for the young people of this country. He's calling on corporate partners. He's calling on the government, the ministries, the line ministries in particular, to support young people. He said young people, they're not losers. According to him, no one is a loser. You just need to be guided to the straight path and you'll be able to really transform your life. Thank you very much, Omar. Thank you. So this will take us to the presentation of our national strategy and youth care project, and ultimately the handing over of the strategy booklet to His Excellency. So I call on our national director, Mr. Jean-Pierre Kwame, to present the national strategy.
His Excellency, President of the Republic of the Gambia, Mr. Adama Barrow, Honorable Minister of Gender, Children and Social Welfare, Mrs. Fatou Kinte, Honorable Minister of Youth and Sports, Mr. Honorable Ministers present, Head of Government Institutions, advisors, the EU delegation, the diplomatic and consular community, members of the UN system, the DHL country representative, J corporate partners, I'll name a few of them: Oryx Energy, Trust Bank, DK Telecom, Access Bank, business and private sector, potential partners, the civil society organizations, head of private institutions and organizations, SOS Children Villages partners and friends, the electronic and print media, children, young people, SOS Children Villages staff, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Our protocols respectfully and duly observed. On behalf of SOS Children Villages International and SOS Children Villages in the Gambia, we are happy to welcome His Excellency President of the Republic of the Gambia, Mr. Adama Barrow, for the launching of SOS Children's Villages Global Youth Can project in the Gambia. And this is also an opportunity to share on our strategy next 5 years. Mr. President, we are really grateful for gracing this event. In March this year, we were honored and privileged to be given the opportunity to meet you at the State House and share updates on our operations in the Gambia. Thank you, Mr. President, for your interest in the work that we're doing, and more importantly, your interest in the well-being of children and young people in the Gambia. Honorable guests, SOS Children's Villages is a non-governmental social development organization with 41-year operation or existence in the Gambia. Our organization is focused on supporting children and young people without adequate parental care, and also children that have totally lost parental care, with empowering communities and families to ensure no child grows up alone, and that young people are exposed to development opportunities in order to become their strongest selves. In 2022, SOS Children's Villages in the Gambia resolved to critically look into our work in a participatory process and conducted a needs assessment across the country to gauge intervention areas that stand for being the most relevant locally and for our target group, children, young people, and their communities. This thorough process resulted into the development of our 5-year strategy that will be implemented from 2023 through 2027. As a child rights and youth development advocate and facilitator, our vision is to be the most responsive organization enabling children and young people to thrive in caring families and communities and realize their potential as change makers in this country. Therefore, we have put together this strategy to contemplate that children and young people are independent and positive agents of change in their families, their communities, and all over the country by 2027. Our 5-year strategy articulates in 8 outcomes. 3 outcomes in our strategy target the improvement of services provided to program participants with enhanced quality and diversified care options, with a focus on children and young people as agents of change and communities leading development initiatives. Children and young people live in the most relevant care options. This is one of the outcomes. Children and young people are independent and positive contributors to their communities. This is very key when we see the trend of things going and the way young people can be led astray sometimes in our communities. The third one has to do with communities taking the lead and initiative to ensure quality care for children and young people. As development experts, we believe that communities have to take the lead. That's where we can see sustainable changes coming up and being durable at community level. It's always better for communities themselves to initiate and have the support of development organizations or even the government. Then 4 outcomes in our strategy are addressing internal relevant changes that we need to see happening for us to be who we really want to be and have the impact that we want to see happening. And then 1 outcome is focusing the significant shift on our resource mobilization stream We need to innovate. We're conscious of that. We need to use other avenues than traditionally used by the organization since inception in 1982. Excellent President, honorable guests, we also gathered today to launch the SOS Children Villages Global Youth Can project in the Gambia. Youth Can is a global partnership for youth employment. Youth Can is a contribution of SOS Children Villages to address the critical issue of employment for young people, especially in developing countries. With this project, we contribute to the achievement of 5 of the SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals. 1, no poverty, SDG 4, quality education, SDG 8, decent work and economic growth, SDG 10, reduced inequality, SDG 17, partnership for the goal. Youth Can support young people in responding to the questions they usually have, and I'm going to list a few of them. What do I want to do? Sometimes they don't know exactly what they want to do because of the circumstances, the limited opportunities, and specific challenges they are going through. How do I prepare for those first application or job interviews? They need to be capacitated to take the step forward. Should I start my own business? Yes, self-employment is a good avenue, but sometimes it's not that easy. They need support on that. How do I need to do that if I want to venture into my own business? And who can support, encourage, and guide me? When we're watching the video, it's something strong that came up, that young people and children need support. They need someone standing by their side to guide them, to take them through. And this project is trying to address it. Youth Can project was launched in 2017 with 5 global partners, including DHL. In 2022, more than 200 local partners, meaning organizations and companies, and more than 1,008 corporate volunteers, including mentors, were able to support more than 14,000 young people across the globe where the project is being implemented. So Youth Can support young people without adequate parental care to become self-reliant with stable income, employment, and support networks. The project will always start with needs assessment. Needs of young people are in specific countries, in specific contexts within the country. Because the kind of challenge young people are facing in Banjul is not necessarily the same in Basse. And then we build on 3 key. Mentorship is one of them. They need someone to support them, to show them the way. Training is the other pillar. We need to give them opportunity to be trained. It can be soft skill educational trainings, but then they need to be given also opportunity to practice. Internship is one of them, giving them a chance to start the first employment in their life, even if they have to start their own business. So far, 49 countries are implementing the project. And in those 49 countries, globally, we have 9 in West Africa. Nigeria, Benin, Togo, Burkina Faso, Ghana, Côte d'Ivoire, Sierra Leone, Senegal, and now this is the turn of the Gambia to launch the project. And this is really a great opportunity for us. if we want to see some of those medium and long-term impacts for young people in this country. The opportunity to build a job experience, be more confident, and have the motivation to move forward, have the support network that they need, which is very key for young people, and giving them opportunities. Youth can greatly benefit young people in their transition to independence. In our yearly survey, we consult young people wherever the project is being implemented, and roughly 80% of those young people feel they have the necessary skills to succeed in life when they go through the process, the youth camp process. In addition to them, 75 of them are confident and motivated and have the ability to start a new job, and 77% perceive volunteers as role models. The volunteers are the mentors that voluntarily decide to support. Then, as we are privileged to welcome our youth development and employability project in our peaceful, smiling coast of Africa. Dear young people, I would like to tell this to you. This is a life-changing opportunity, reminding you that no matter the challenges you might face in an unstable environment, you are able to make it as a group. More importantly, youth can remind you that as an individual, you can make it for yourself and be a positive contributor to your family, your community, and your nation. I will not end my statement without inviting corporate government institutions, the UN system, non-for-profit organizations, and each and every one of you in this room, our honorable guests, to join us in this movement for and with our young people through the Youth Can project. Thank you for your attention.
Together with all of you, we'll be able to change the lives of hundreds or thousands of young people in this country. Please join us to realize this dream. We're calling on all of you. It's not a one-man show. I usually say, if you want to go far, you can go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. Let's move and realize this dream together. We want to call on our brand ambassador, Mr. Barham Chan, who has been with us since 2022. He's been supporting our work and promoting the objective of SOS Children's Villages. Mr. Barham Cham, I called on you.
Melodies, because that's what I do. I have one of the sweetest voice, trust me, that's a confession that I'll make. But when I'm singing just ordinary songs, the melody is normal. But when the song have to do with the Gambia, if the melody is 50, then I have to adjust it to 110. And the song that I'm about to sing, I'm about to sing is called Gambia's Mario. Here together with the Musa Susu, the choral guy. Musa, let's get on this journey.
Gambia sumare, sopunala tiyo la judo. Gambia sumare, naunala tiyo la am. Gambia sumare, ukanala te Africa. Gambia sumare, naunala tiyo la am. Gambia sumare, sinye mami danilawe. Kifat mat amut fi, bukan nukhulo, bukan ilkhe. I've gone to many places. I've seen so many people. I've gone to many places. I've seen so many people, but feel not down to smile cause of Africa. For the guy you may lie, for the you fail, for the guy you may lie.
Representative of the National Assembly Select Committee on Gender and Children, Diplomatic and Consular Community Service Chiefs, SOS Regional Director for West, Central and North Africa, SOS Representative for the Gambia, the National Director, SOS Children's Villages in the Gambia, heads of government institutions, business and private sector, development partners, SOS family, partners, staff and friends, SOS children, distinguished guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. It is heartwarming to be present in this event and quite comforting to confirm that SOS Children's Villages in the Gambia have partnered with the government of the Gambia for over 40 years now. During these periods, they have complemented government efforts by supporting vulnerable children, young people, and families to make them happy and self-reliant persons. It is widely known that the SOS villages provide access to essential services, such as protection, education, health, emergency relief, and alternative care for children who either lost or are at risk of losing parental care. In fact, these truly philanthropic groups have supported the government in its desire to meet its national and global targets in various ways. This has been achieved through the enactment of children and youth-friendly laws or instruments in the country. Enactment of Children's Act 2005, the Sexual Offences Act 2010, the National Youth Policy 2019-2028, and the Women's Act 2010, and the creation of the National Youth Council are examples of such instruments and bodies that have links with SOS. As many of you know, each of these are geared towards ensuring that our children and young people have maximum protection and are empowered to grow in a safe environment to become responsible and productive citizens. This aside, the government of the Gambia has given a lot of prominence to young people by creating a ministry responsible for youth and youth-related matters. This shows the influential commitment of the government to the well-being of young people. Through the Ministry of Youth and Sports, significant progress has been made in terms of creating job opportunities and employability prospects for Gambian youth. With the YEP project and other projects, for instance, we are able to addressing the economic causes of irregular migration by supporting youth employment and entrepreneurship, provide employment opportunities and vocational training, supporting micro enterprises and creating new jobs in selected sectors through value addition and market linkages. My government will continue to make sure that young people have all the opportunities possible to be optimally productive and become self-reliant. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, personally, I have not passed through SOS, but I have passed through guidance and extended family from the age of 10 up to the level of president. So we have to be confident of ourselves. That is my story. Government is aware of the SOS children's villages in the Gambia. Do not only work in the area of alternative care, but also have programs and projects for youth empowerment and employability in Upper River region, Central River, Lower River region, and the Kanifing municipality. Through the family strengthening and women empowerment for change projects, which aim at preventing family separation and ensuring that children stay in their family of origin. They have positively impacted all regions of the country. In addition, my government acknowledges the cooperation between the Kanifing municipality, municipal council, and SOS Children's Village via the Hermann Mayer Fond Deutschland and German Federal Ministry. We have noted their involvement in a project at the Bakote dump site, geared towards sustainable waste management to reduce child rights violations. I have learned that the project has been renewed for a second phase, which demonstrates the relevance and successful implementation of the project's fourth phase. By virtue of our continued strategic partnership, today we are here to launch the Global SOS Children's Villages Youth Can project and the 5-year working strategy 2023-2027 of the SOS Children's Villages in the Gambia. For those who do not know, the Youth Can project is a global initiative that supports young people who have lost parental care or are at risk of losing it to pursue career paths and lead independent lives. This project will strengthen their employability skills and thereby increase their self-employment chances and sustainability. It is targeted that the Youth Can project will support more than 500 young persons with relevant employability skills in the next 5 years across the country. We call on all the private and public sectors, CSOs, philanthropic organizations, and UN agencies to support this important project geared towards empowering the bulk of our population. The Gambia government assures you of its support for the SOS Children's Villages and approval of this laudable project to ensure that young people realize their dreams and aspirations. I re-echo my call on the private and business sectors to join the SOS Children's Villages journey through their set programs and activities. Please share your time, skills, expertise, and career stories that would enhance collaborative learning and break down the negative social and physical barriers that hinder progress. On behalf of the government of the Gambia, I extend profound gratitude to the SOS Children Villages for their services. We appreciate and endorse their special focus on children, young people, vulnerable communities, and families. Thank you very much for all the support. Likewise, we thank and encourage their implementing partners for their dedication, perseverance, and achievements over the years in the Gambia. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is now my honor and pleasure to officially launch the SOS Children Villages You Can project and the accompanying 5-year working strategy, 2023-2027. While I wish the SOS Children Villages successful implementation of their programs and projects throughout the Gambia, I thank you for your kind attention.